Imagine a man who once dominated Europe, now a solitary prisoner on a desolate island, far from civilization. One of history's most brilliant military strategists, condemned to spend his final days in isolation. But here lies the enigma. Was this Napoleon's destiny by mere chance? Or was there a more sinister plot at work? Could the great emperor have been silenced by a conspiracy darker than anyone ever imagined? This is the untold truth behind Napoleon's mysterious exile to St. Helena, and the secrets that followed him to the grave. Who was Napoleon? Napoleon Bonaparte, a name that conjures shadows of grand conquests, towering ambition, and an intellect that seemed almost otherworldly. Born on August 15, 1769, on the enigmatic island of Corsica, Napoleon emerged not from royalty or wealth but from obscurity. Yet within mere decades he ascended to rule France and became an emperor whose influence cast a long shadow over Europe. Amidst the chaos of the French Revolution, Napoleon's uncanny talent for military strategy and leadership became evident. He swiftly climbed the ranks, and by 1804, he crowned himself Emperor of the French. His military prowess led to victories in legendary battles, Austerlitz, Jena, and Wagram. Napoleon didn't just reshape France, he altered the very fabric of Europe. His empire stretched from Spain to Russia, and his influence was felt in the farthest corners of the world. But every meteoric rise is followed by a fall. The Russian campaign of 1812 was a catastrophic misstep, and the defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 sealed Napoleon's fate. After this final defeat, the powers of Europe knew they had to do more than strip him of his crown. They had to ensure that Napoleon would never again rise from the shadows. Enter St. Helena, a volcanic island shrouded in mystery, over 1,200 miles from the nearest coast of Africa and nearly 2,000 miles from South America. With only 47 square miles of land, the island is surrounded by treacherous seas and sheer cliffs, a natural fortress for the world's most infamous prisoner. The island, a British colony, was transformed into an impenetrable prison, with Napoleon under constant surveillance. His new abode, Longwood House, a damp and desolate residence on the island's wind-swept plains. Far removed from the opulence of European palaces, Longwood House was a grim and lonely cell. Imagine the torment for Napoleon, once the ruler of empires, now confined to this remote rock, surrounded by endless ocean and watched day and night by British guards. He could see the horizon, a haunting reminder of freedom he could never attain. But why St. Helena? Why banish Napoleon to such a desolate and eerie place instead of a fortress in Europe? The answer lies in the deep-seated fear that gripped his enemies. Napoleon had already been exiled once before. In 1814, after his first abdication, he was sent to the Mediterranean island of Elba. But just a year later, Napoleon did the unthinkable. He escaped. He returned to France and swiftly amassed an army, reclaiming power in what became known as the 100 Days. The European powers were horrified, and after his defeat at Waterloo, they couldn't risk another escape. St. Helena was chosen for its isolation, an island surrounded by thousands of miles of unforgiving ocean. There were no loyal armies nearby, no sympathetic nations to aid him. On St. Helena, Napoleon was utterly alone, a ghost of his former self, lost in the vastness of the sea. Let's delve into the eerie mysteries surrounding Napoleon's exile. First, was Napoleon murdered? For decades, historians have debated whether Napoleon's death in 1821 was natural, or part of a sinister assassination plot. Officially, he succumbed to stomach cancer, but a darker theory suggests poisoning. Years after his death, forensic analysis of Napoleon's hair revealed disturbingly high levels of arsenic. Arsenic, a common poison in the 19th century, could have come from environmental sources or medicines, but some believe Napoleon was slowly poisoned by his captors, perhaps on orders from his European enemies. Was it an act of revenge, or a calculated move to ensure the emperor never returned? Second, the vanishing letters and secret correspondence. While on St. Helena, every letter Napoleon wrote, every conversation he had was meticulously monitored by the British. Yet some letters have mysteriously vanished from historical records. Could they have contained secret messages to loyalists in France? Were there escape plans hidden within them? It's said that Napoleon believed he could escape St. Helena if he could get word to his supporters. Some speculate that British officers may have been bribed to suppress certain communications. Third, Napoleon's declining health, or mental warfare. Napoleon's health deteriorated rapidly during his exile, but there's more to it than just illness. Some historians believe that the conditions at Longwood House, its cold, damp atmosphere, were deliberately designed to break Napoleon's spirit. British officials feared that a healthy, defiant Napoleon would remain a symbol of rebellion for his supporters. Instead of an outright assassination, was his exile a psychological and environmental assault meant to slowly drive him into despair? Fourth, the unanswered questions about his burial. Even Napoleon's burial didn't escape controversy. He was buried on St. Helena, but nearly 20 years later, in 1840, his body was exhumed and returned to France. When the coffin was opened, some claimed that his body was astonishingly well preserved, leading to rumors of embalming or even the use of arsenic, which can act as a preservative. To this day, the nature of his death, his final years, and the true cause of his demise remain shrouded in mystery. Was Napoleon simply a victim of time and circumstance? Or did more sinister forces conspire to ensure he never left that island alive? One thing is certain, the island of St. Helena wasn't just a prison, it was a place where the full weight of his ambition, his enemies, and the mystery of his life came crashing down around him. Though Napoleon met his end in 1821, his shadow lingers ominously over history. The Napoleonic Code, a relic of his reign, still underpins many modern legal systems, not just in France, but across Europe and parts of Latin America. It brought forth notions of civil rights, property laws, and individual freedoms, shaping the very fabric of our legal structures. Napoleon's military doctrines, his mastery of artillery, speed, and psychological warfare, are still dissected in military academies around the globe, yet his legacy is shrouded in controversy. To some, he is a visionary reformer. To others, a tyrant whose insatiable ambition drenched Europe in blood. No matter your perspective, Napoleon Bonaparte remains an enigmatic figure, his triumphs and his downfall echoing through the annals of history. So what do you believe? Was Napoleon's exile to St. Helena truly the end of his saga, or the beginning of a more sinister, enigmatic chapter? Were his final years merely the result of misfortune and illness, or was there a darker force at play? Share your theories in the comments below. If you found the mysteries behind Napoleon's exile compelling, give this video a thumbs up and share it with those who revel in history's dark secrets. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating and mysterious moments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.